Hey fellow garage golfers, rolling here with Garage Golf, where we provide extraordinary golf info for the extraordinary golfer. We're here with our great friends at Uneekor and Mr. Doug Bybee. How you doing today, Doug?
Hey Roland, I'm doing well. Busy show, a lot of fun, new exciting stuff.
So everybody's been asking us about the update from Uneekor, and today we're actually going to bring that to you and show you a little bit more about the product. Today we're talking about the IXO launch monitor. So this is going to be what, an upgrade from the QED system, is that accurate?
It is.
Okay.
It's a couple of features that are really beneficial. Consumers have always liked, the Uneekor system,
Right.
but they had struggled with the marking ball technology, and what we've done is we've heard that request and accommodated. So this is a non-marking technology and then some other new features, which is enhanced club data.
All right, so for everyone at home, you heard that. No more marked golf balls. You don't have to worry about adding decals or having to worry about putting Sharpie and getting it on your screen. So that's going to be one really good appeal. Another thing that's a little bit different is where we're going to mount this system. Is that accurate?
It is.
Okay.
The previous system was a little bit behind the golfer,
About
3.5
3
feet.
Right, okay.
And the new system for the better view of club data and other things is slightly in front of the golfer as well. Gives a better view and just a different positioning and a little bit lower.
All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring in a golfer, not me, because you've seen enough of my horrible swing at home. So we'll bring in a good golfer that actually hit some golf balls, and we'll show you some of the data back here on camera in just a minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join us at the PGA Forum stage reception.
So what we're looking at here is actually a new program, new software called View that you're implementing as well, and this is going to give us all the data very similar to what Ignite did before.
Correct.
Okay.
The design of View, really, it's more about fitting, training, bag mapping, other things, because then you can map out every club in your bag,
Right.
and you can obviously use that data to fill in gaps or add clubs or whatever.
You could also do some club testing against 2 different products as well.
Club testing, shaft testing, other things, because a lot of people want to kind of monkey around for fine tuning of getting the right shaft, the right launch, right golf ball.
Right.
Now with non-marking, you can do all that.
And you could also, can you rename the clubs and all that when you put them in?
Yes, you can. You can name and color them, so you
Very
can do a
nice.
cluster by that.
I do like the View better on this one than you had on Ignite as far as the golf ball and the actual flight. It looks nicer from the angle that I'm seeing here than it was on kind of the side angle of the Ignite program.
Yeah, thank you. We did that on purpose, obviously. We needed an upgrade and enhance the graphics and kind of the experience, so that was on purpose. But thank you.
So he's hit about 4 shots now altogether, right?
Yep,
All
what
right.
we'll do, I think this is important, so if you want to get a closer hone in on the data
Yeah.
or whatever, and I'll kind of drill down.
Let's do it. I'll move the camera.
Yeah.
All right, so let's walk through the data. So he's hit about 4 shots now, right? We're going to go ahead and go through some of the data now here on the screen so we can see what this new View program is going to bring and what kind of information we can expect to see from there.
Correct. What I want to do is kind of just drill down in the different features in the software itself and how it works. But we're looking at the front view. Obviously, this is just a front view of the range. The next thing we're going to do, I don't know if you can see my mouse, but basically I'm going to scroll over and hit side and top. So what this does, really informational. It shows you distance from center, so dispersion from center on the top view. And then the below view will also show you apex, data, height, other things. So you can kind of see if the consistency of the shots kind of match up.
Launch angle and everything on there that we're looking for.
Yep, and then below is kind of the raw data.
Got
more
it.
of the numbers, and then the graph above is more of the view, okay?
Is there a limit to the number of shots it's going to show after you hit on this
No.
one? Okay.
You could hit for hours and hours and hours, and all it's going to do is the dispersion should get tighter because obviously you're getting more repetitious.
And should we have hit like an 8-iron, for example, you would see a different color for the 8-iron shots in addition to what we see for the 7-iron shots here?
Correct.
Okay.
You can map them out by club and color, and like we said a little while ago, by shaft. If you're doing drivers, you can hit a couple of different shafts, and you can see launch and spin and other things. So
Very cool.
It's pretty cool stuff.
Okay.
So.
All right, that looks neat.
The next is one of my favorites. Basically, when you hit 4 shots or more, what it does, it'll give you a cluster by color, and by changing the name of the club or the different number on the club, it'll give you a different color. So you can map out your entire bag,
Nice.
and you can see distances. So We call that bag mapping. You
Right.
can map out the entire bag and say, okay, here's my range in a wedge, here's my range in a 9, 8, 7, and throughout your
Bag
bag.
mapping is great. So that way when you get out there on the course, you know exactly what you're doing.
Yeah, or within a range.
Right, exactly. If you hit it flush every time, which, you know, everyday average golfers don't always do, but at least you have a rough idea on what you're aiming for. So
Exactly right,
Awesome.
Roland. So thank you so much. So keep drilling down. Other than the next is going to be the club feature itself. This is really, really cool. If you look at obviously this image right here, this is the strike on the right at impact where the golf ball hits. If you hit it way off the toe, if you shank it, it shows you that. The other neat thing about this, it will also give you the raw data over here that is basically face angle, in to out, club path, side spin, side angle, all the different data points you need.
we're seeing where we're making contact with the ball, of course, on there as well, which is nice.
Correct. So if you're looking to see how you come in and you look at this feature, you can basically back the club out. So that's as it's coming into the ball itself, and then you can also do frame by frame here as well.
Nice. Okay.
Strike and then beyond. So consumers love this feature.
So this was one of the biggest appeals to the QED system for me, was just knowing where I made contact with that ball. So that's really nice. I do like that a lot. And this is going to give you a nice zoomed in angle of it from the front as well. Now we haven't talked about this yet, Doug, but I do see 2 pieces of tape on the actual club itself. We're not going to have decals on the ball, but we will need these for the clubs. Is that accurate?
It is.
Okay.
There's a couple reasons. That's a really good question. In the past we haven't. One challenge all of us face in this industry is that there are a lot of black golf clubs out there.
Right.
This is less important for chrome, but more important for black golf clubs because they have a tendency, the camera has a hard time finding it.
Okay.
So this is just a data point. This is why our club data, some people have questioned our club data, but this is why it's so much better in this system with IXO, is because of that's a patented marking, so we had to patent that.
So we've seen a lot more streamlined info in regards to the club data and being more accurate for your testing so far.
Correct.
Okay, got
Yep,
it.
really good question though.
All right, thank you.
Okay. So what we're going to do, I'm going to take you to the next frame. This is obviously one of consumers' favorites as well
Yes.
here.
This is what I've been looking forward to myself. So.
Yep. So if you come in, obviously a couple things about this. When you go up to that's live, you go click on replay. So the nice thing about it is this shows both plain line view and belt buckle view of the golfer himself. So he's swinging. A couple things to keep in mind as we're talking through this. This is 1/8 speed, this is 1/2 speed, and this is full speed.
All right.
Okay, so it's a wonderful technology. People like to see this. The other cool thing about it is you can also go start it here and you can pull it back,
Yeah.
and you can go through and you can pull it through frame by frame. Watch this. Oops, not doing it for some reason. So the other thing I want to show you about this feature that is, there we go. See how, here we go. You can see
nice.
right at, I'm going back and forth. Now look, the important thing to note about this is anytime you're talking swing motion cameras, there's a lot of blur.
Right.
And there's no blur at all. Look at that.
No blur at all whatsoever, so
Yeah.
that's nice.
Yep, so
We're
we're going
seeing
to,
exactly how you're striking it, which is why I'm glad I didn't swing on your camera right now, so nobody was watching this with my swing, which is great. So.
yeah, we all know better than that. So let's do this. There we go.
All right, so we got the line there. That's going to be your plane line, right? that we're
Plane
looking at?
line.
Okay.
You can kind of play around with that. You can go here. You can check out if his head goes up and down
Right.
when you're swinging. So watch. We'll rewind it here, and you can use those markers to basically play the system, and you can see if his head moves. So you can see his head come up a little
Coming
bit.
up a little bit, yeah.
Yep, and you can see his plane line's very good.
Plane line's great. Yeah.
Yep. Head moved up. Now it's moving back down a little bit. So
No, that's a good shot.
really cool teaching, training if you're working on keeping your head still, keeping your head back.
Right.
Cool features.
Right. Which, as an average golfer, I tend to dip down in my swing or pull back when I'm swinging on my downswing. So it's nice to have that available for you to watch back and take a look at it. And also in addition to where you're striking the golf ball too, which is great. So,
Correct.
okay. Well, that's
So
very cool.
really good point. The next feature that I like to show folks, this is every shot that was hit, and it'll continue to tabulate those shots.
Okay.
The nice thing about this is it'll give you an average, it'll give you a max. And the nice thing about this is, let's say shot 5 and shot 1 you didn't like.
All
You
right.
topped, shanked,
Right. It
hit 'em
wasn't a
horrible.
true accurate reflection of a good strike.
and they give you a bad data set. They take your numbers and skew them one way or another. All you have to do is click on those, delete them, you're done.
Okay,
So you can
good.
take those out of the set. But a lot of really cool features.
Now, is this going to be saved somewhere for us to access later?
You can save it and then email it. We are going to have, when this launches, this particular system is going to be ready to ship June 1.
Okay.
And we are going to, at that point, have cloud-based, so you can actually store it on a cloud and then go back in and access it. You can actually email it to your teacher, email it to yourself, email it to whoever you want. So cloud is obviously necessary in today's world.
All right, what about a profile? Are you going to have unique profiles for people hitting on your simulator? For example, if I have a friend that always comes over and wants to hit, will we be able to track his numbers separate from mine, or is it going to be all on one profile?
No, you can separate them.
Okay.
You can save them as, just like folder names or
Nice.
file names or whatever, just exactly like you would a spreadsheet or anything else in your system. So
now the swing cameras also, does this incorporate with your Succeed program also?
it does.
Okay, so if I wanted to show my swing after I hit a golf ball on Succeed, we can set that up to show the swing camera?
Yes, we can.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
nice.
The other cool thing about it is with IXO being brand new technology, what we're doing, and to those listeners that are out there that have current QED systems
Right.
or Uneekor systems and they want to upgrade to this, we are going to do a trade-in, trade-up program. So we're going to do a buyback for those individuals that come June 1 want to upgrade to the new system, or if they want to keep the system they have, no problem.
Right. All right, and as far as what they've already set up, is it going to be very difficult to change that with the new system as far as the bracket and the cords that are going to be required for it?
Little different mount.
Okay.
A little different mount, as you mentioned earlier.
Right.
The QED system is behind the golfer, and this system is in front of the golfer slightly, or the strike zone. So
Okay.
good question.
All right, good. All right, so overall, some pretty interesting things. It looks really cool, and looking forward to it coming out. And we're looking around June of 2020 so far, right?
That is accurate.
Okay.
June
All right.
1st.
Good. All right. All right, so really cool stuff. I'm looking forward to that Uneekor IXO technology coming out here around June, as we talked about. One thing we wanted to talk to you about real quick is the swing cameras. Doug, tell us a little bit more about the swing cameras and what we're looking at if they want to add that later.
We have the swing motion cameras. We've been working on this for a long time,
Right.
as you know. It was very difficult to get just right, to get the, obviously frames per second and the aperture correct.
Okay.
The other important thing that, as you noticed and mentioned earlier, is the lighting system.
Right.
It's
So
an
show
LED.
that on camera, just show us a little bit more about the lights.
It's a very simple LED. We actually bought that at Lowe's. It has to be LED light, but anytime you have swing motion cameras, if you don't have the proper amount of light, the camera can't really pick anything up and it gets really blurry. So that's something that we just purchased at Home Depot or Lowe's very inexpensively, $120 or so. The cameras themselves, we are going to start selling the swing motion camera set with software very shortly for $1,250 US. And we're really excited about those because people love that feature in our system. So.
Okay, yeah, that's something we've been looking for a while, and you can integrate that, as we talked about, into Succeed. So if you're using Succeed and you want to see your swing back on video, it's definitely something that you can check out after you're done. So it's really cool. Really excited about everything, Doug. It's a pleasure getting to talk to you again here at the show, and we're looking forward to the future and what's coming out with the Uneekor system.
Yeah, thank you so
Thanks
much,
again.
Roland. Appreciate the time.
No problem. Thanks again for watching. If you guys have any questions at home, reach out to me anytime. Roland at mygaragegolf.com. Thanks again for hanging out with us, and as always, keep on golfing.